All right, Cowboy, you're in the picture, so I think we can adjust it. But all right, so welcome to Gars N Arms podcast. This is episode number 4,
Christmas episode.
Christmas episode. So we're gonna start it off with Merry Christmas to you and your families. You definitely gotta mute this audio here.
You're gonna have to mute the TV as well.
Producer James, there's a remote somewhere.
Yes.
I was about to say, Producer James don't even have the laptop right now.
Producer James, I'm spinning it back around to you now that we're live and go on the internet and go to the different comments.
Been so much, I'm wondering if he knows how to do his job.
Yeah, you can.
I've been doing this for years.
You can load up. I got all the tabs up there. So, as always, I'm Kyle, and I'm joined over here by our host, the second host, Dale, and our third host, Cowboy.
Yeet!
And we got producer James with us today. He's not taking in his PTO days.
Yeah, I'm all out. I'm forced to show up now. If I call in, I'm gonna get fired.
Damn part-time over here.
Part time.
And
part-time. He's
Barely
part-time.
part-time.
Hey, I've done some behind the scenes work that you haven't seen.
I wanna hear
Just,
about
I believe
the
him.
behind the
I believe
scenes.
him. I believe him.
I want to hear about that.
but today we have our first guest appearance with us. You'll recognize him from the comment section because he's quite active in our comments. But we have Mr. C. Dobie over here.
See, Dobie.
Yeah, happy to be here, guys. Appreciate y'all having me on. Long drive, but it's worth it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so this one we're just gonna kind of shoot
This is-
around
yeah,
shoot
this
around
is-
the shit on this one.
This is definitely non-scripted.
Yeah.
I came in 100% unprepared.
I think I'm the only one that came up with a real talking point to start the show off, and we're just gonna kind of
Yeah.
we're gonna run
We're gonna
from
snowball from there.
yeah we're gonna
Yeah.
snowball from there. But I want to say thanks for stopping by, and if you have a gar, go ahead and grab it, like we do every show, and let's light it and let's shoot the shit.
I
So
told you guys I'm prepared. I don't have my readers, so my old man eyes, I have no idea what the fuck I got. So somebody's going to have to read it for me.
so like always, I'll
This
start.
is a Christmas gift. That's why I've said that.
I'll start it off. I'll be smoking tonight the Sultan of the Sahara. It's a Cigar Daily exclusive. I was really wanting this one, and I got this one for my birthday, and it's been sitting in the humidor the last month, so I'm looking forward to enjoying this one this episode. But what you got over there, Dale? I know it's going to be kind of hard to read.
I got
but
some medieval shit going on over here. I don't know. I can't
See
tell.
this? It's Latin for divine.
There you go.
So,
Divine medieval knight shit. Yeah, and just to let people know, my beard's not usually this gray. It is Christmas. I dress up for
He's old.
all
Don't
the,
let him lie.
all the little
Yeah.
kids.
He was
And
working.
Chad, you know, I
Now-
gotta
now
dress up for Chad.
of course.
now that Christmas is over, there's going to be a makeover, so he'll come in with a much shorter
I'll be-
beard.
yeah,
next-
I'll be sporting
next
a shorter
episode.
beard.
All right.
My wife
so-
hates that fact, but it is what it is.
What you got, Devin?
So we'll go to the guest over there. What you bring for tonight's show?
I have a Cohiba. It's may or may not be real. We don't know, but it sure tastes good. So
Yeah, to me that's all that matters.
I agree.
I could care less what the price point is, where it came from, if it's a
Right.
knockoff. If it tastes good, that's all that matters.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
So I'm going with an Asylum Anti, I guess is how they call it. I had one the other night in my garage just hanging out, and it was by far one of my favorite cigars yet. And I had to get another one for the show. Producer James?
I got a Gurkha. I believe this one's bourbon.
Oh,
So-
bourbon.
I mean, I hope so. That's what I was told one of them was, so it's like a 50-50 shot, but can't beat a Christmas cigar.
Where'd you get it?
I think this one was from Grammy. It was actually I got 2 of these today. I think it had the wax coated.
That one
the-
did?
Yeah.
Then that is a bourbon infused.
You like me?
I got them for her because she had no idea what to get. She was like, "Yeah, I wanted to do the cigars, but I don't." I was like, "I got you covered." So I went online.
Cowboy and
Where
CW,
you
we
go?
should have got our
Got
shooters.
Cigars Daily.
Cigars
Yeah, we
Daily,
should
yeah.
have.
Yeah, I bounce around between them, and that's where I kind of look if I'm going to buy. And then if I'm going to read profiles, I find a good place to read profiles of cigars is Cigar International's website because they'll do a little breakdown of what kind of flavor notes you'll get. So
Yeah, so yeah, y'all's grandma.
It smells really
get
good.
y'all
I can
cigars
smell it from
and
here. It
stuff,
smells
so
really, really good.
I bought a bunch of the bourbon infused. That's what I gave you guys. That's what I gave you. So you ended up with like 2 out of the same order that I ordered.
Well, I've never had the bourbon infused one. I brought these from home, but I definitely would like to smoke the one that you gave me tonight because I've never had it.
I tell you what, the Maker's Mark, I smoked one of those on one of the episodes. Dude, that was probably the... Now, I bought it in Oklahoma. It was a $22 cigar there. He found the same cigar at another cigar shop here locally in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It was half the price. So the Native Americans screwed me. They screwed the white guy.
And, they gotta have to get their get back.
100%. So yeah, but the Maker's Mark, if you run across it, definitely a good bourbon infused cigar.
yeah, so the guy at the Cigar International, when I got that out of that pack,
Okay.
and that one,
It
I think
tastes pretty good.
that one's I think he said a $23 to $25 price point on that one, and then the Black Label one that you got, that's the $30 one.
Majestic or something.
Yeah.
Like
So
that. This one's got a good flavor to it so far.
yeah, I'm looking forward to trying those. I got both those in my humidor,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I forgot to bring any with me, so I was glad I got a couple because I was like, well, I know what
Yeah.
I'm smoking tonight.
I told what was funny was Christmas was coming up, and I'm really bad about trying to figure out what kind of gifts to get people. And
Hence the phone call I got.
yeah, and so
What do you want?
and I'm kind of like, I don't know what to get people, but then I told Kim, it's like, I can get cigars, but then I don't want to be like that person because I'm into cigars, giving everybody
Right.
cigars.
So they think like you're just giving them whatever you don't want.
Yeah, and so but I called Dale and I was like, hey, what Caleb would want or something and you got an idea? And he's like, about the only thing I can think of is he's been asking for, and I'm pretty sure nobody's gotten him, was a humidor.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah,
I guess
I keep giving him cigars.
I guess-
He's like, Dad, I've got nowhere to put
I
them.
guess I'm going down that road because I'd already gotten Kevin over here,
Right.
my brother-in-law. I got him a humidor. I'd already gotten his and stuffed it full because he's part of the show, so we're always
Yeah.
doing this. I'm like, he needs to stop just going and buying them that day and having them.
Absolutely,
So yeah, I'd already gotten that. I was like, well, great. I guess I'm turning into that person. And then when I was on the phone, I asked you, I was like, so what do you want? And you were like, well, I'd just be fine if you just give me a
Couple
cigar or
cigars,
two.
yeah.
It's like, well, damn, I guess everybody's getting cigars.
Yeah.
And
That's-
then the ironic part is it comes time for everybody to start opening gifts, and I'm not the only one who bought cigar shit for people.
Dale did, Grammy
Grammy
did.
did.
Yep.
Yep.
I was about to say, I think I got 5 cigars total today.
Yeah.
Shit, I got way more than that.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
you know, if
you
you
got a
do-
whole humidor full.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I want
really.
to say in our
And it
first
started with 2 in there.
in our first episode, I want to say we were talking about what our hobbies were. And guess what? This has turned into a huge hobby because I've got one of the big wooden humidors that Chloe and Dylan got me 3-4 years ago. That son of a bitch is full. I mean, I keep getting them. I keep putting them in. I rotate. I'm like, damn, I gotta give some of this shit away. I can't keep up. But I tell you what, man, your flavored cigars, like those little ones I brought out a couple Christmases ago and stuff.
They had the
If you-
honey and then
The honey, the cherry, the like blueberry, whatever.
Mhm.
You put those in a humidor for a couple of months, dude, that flavor just explodes when you smoke it.
Well, the one that Cowboy's smoking over there, that's the one. That's the one that he was getting the marshmallow notes,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
going,
yeah.
That
oh,
sounds
so
phenomenal.
now
Yeah,
you're like,
you're on Kyle's
now-
level.
now you're on
dude.
Kyle's
You
level.
can actually taste shit.
It's fucking good.
I hit it.
I feel like
once.
this one's gonna be a fast burner.
Yeah, you're definitely
yeah, that
going
one's
quick.
that one's going quick. But
It tastes
I think this
good.
one's gonna be quick too, though. But I think for this one, it's just a little bit
Hey.
dry.
it is what it is. I mean,
I
if
actually
you
inhaled that one.
blow through them and you need to go get a second one, we take
We're
it.
gonna have to. Yeah,
We take an intermission break and go load up
We're gonna
for
have to.
for part
We're
two.
definitely gonna have
Yeah.
to because I want to try the infused one.
Oh, the bourbon, yeah.
I really do. I want to try that.
All right. Well, I guess as we got the introductions done, me and Cowboy, we were watching a live show that I introduced him to my live show that I watch on Mondays, and he actually enjoyed it and ended up watching another one the next day. But when we were,
is that what you did in the garage, smoking that other cigar?
Oh man, yes it was.
but when we were watching it, I saw a good question popped up, and I was like, you know what, that is a great question kind of topic to bring up at Christmas time, because Christmas time is traditionally when you start thinking of those loved ones and stuff that aren't around. It's just natural habit, and I thought, what, this would be a great time to pull this question out. So I'm gonna hand the question over,
Okay.
and then we'll just pass it around. And I guess I'll go last, as I'll throw the question out, and then I'll answer last. So
Okay.
the question I'm going to present to the boys here is, if you had the chance to go back and smoke a cigar with anybody, past or present, who would it be? But instead of limiting it to one, I'm going to you can give up to two. Two people, and it doesn't have to be necessarily family. It can be a complete stranger that you just thought would have been cool to sit down and have a cigar with, or it could be a sentimental thing, but I just thought it'd be a cool little topic to go around and see if you had the opportunity to go back and sit down with somebody, or currently have somebody come and sit down with you, who would it be? And we'll start with, who wants to go first? We'll start with producer James over there.
So my first one would be, like, in the past, probably Beaupa, our grandpa. I didn't get to meet him because he passed away before I was born. But, throughout my life, I've always heard, like, how proud of me he would be and how much I resemble him, how happy he would be. I'd be, like, one of his favorite grandkids kind of like thing, like, and I was named after him, so I feel like that would be a real good one.
I don't know if you'd be the favorite.
I was about to say, you were there first.
He did have the first here, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
know.
know.
Close second though.
Some of it could be fake news.
Okay?
Look, some of it could be fake news.
I mean, you, Chloe, and Caleb, y'all would have to fight over that second place spot, but
But I will say I was named after him, so it would be good to get to know him more than just past memories other people had with him. And then the other one.
You don't have to you don't have to come up with your second one right this second. We can go back around and come back to you for your second one. Unless if you have
got it loaded.
Oh, you got it loaded? Then throw it out.
Right now, Bones is one of my favorite music artists. He's a very unserious, uncanny guy, and he loves Counter-Strike. So, I don't know, I've just listened to his music for so long, it'd just be cool to sit down and smoke a cigar with him.
I appreciate that. I think, often they say, don't,
Go ahead, Debbie.
don't meet your celebrities, don't meet but I think Bones would be a pretty good one because he does seem like a down-to-earth guy from what I've seen, what you've shown me. I think that's I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it would be cool as hell. I tell him to show me some unreleased songs that have had snippets around for years, but he decided to never release.
Now you're pushing it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Gotta be careful.
So are you gonna go?
Which way we going?
It don't matter.
Well, it don't matter because it went from him to him, and that's why I said.
No, Chad was just chiming in.
First is the worst, second is the best. Hold your turn, hairy chest.
Dave.
Alright, so mine
I've
would.
never heard that. That's hilarious.
Mine would definitely be my grandfather, which growing up at a young age, I really didn't get to know him as well as I wanted to. Once I was actually a little older, he started having his issues. But he had his own bar, always stocked with liquor. He was big time Jack Daniels person. An old school jukebox with the records in it, a nickel to play. The old damn phone that had one piece that went on your ear. I mean, he would just really kick back, and I'm pretty sure he fucking smoked cigars. I don't see why he wouldn't, but definitely him. And then I really y'all for my present, and I get to
Hold on. You hit my feels again.
I get to do that all the time, so I'm not too worried about that.
Right.
But
Got room for one more.
You can stand up over there.
but yeah, you guys, I wouldn't know who else to smoke with. Y'all got me introduced to this, and I enjoy doing it every fucking Saturday, and sometimes Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays.
Yeah, it's my Saturday and definitely Mondays. I those 2 days I can guarantee 100% I'm gonna have a cigar because
Well,
I do one here, and then when I'm watching the live show over there, I
think I'm gonna start probably once a day, especially now that I got enough for a week or two.
Hey, Cowboy, if you're into football, you can have Sundays and cigars.
Yeah.
Football and cigars on Sundays.
You
I love having a cigar and a beer.
don't do that. I'm not a sports guy unless UFC or racing, something like boxing. But foosball,
Foosball?
Oh, here we go.
foosball is for the devil.
Foosball?
Football, basketball, baseball, I can never get into it, so I'm not really big on it, unfortunately. I did watch and listen to the whole Texans game the other weekend, and that surprised me. Got in my car, found it on my radio.
That's a start.
He's missing a fucking finger! But yeah, I'm going to hand the mic over to my boy Chad real quick.
He missed the call.
I think there's going to be a common theme here with who I would most want to smoke one with, and that was my grandfather on my dad's side. I think it was he was a big reason why I joined the military, and I had such a drive and a passion for wanting to pick up my staff sergeant, my E6, because my grandfather was a staff sergeant. So that was a big driving force behind, getting promoted and obviously doing it for myself, but also I don't think that my grandfather at the time that he was alive, watching us grow up, I don't think he could have. He didn't have a lot to be proud of from the other grandkids, and the life that they were choosing to live. And so I think the biggest thing for me is I want to give him someone to be proud of. I think he went to the grave and he didn't get the opportunity. He died before I got out of high school. So just to see that one of his grandkids followed in his footsteps, I think that would be ideal for me. That's what I want. And I think we'd have some good
Survey
conversations
says,
on that.
yeah, I think you're right. I think he'd definitely be proud of you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And
carrying on the legacy.
Absolutely.
yeah, and from what I do have from him, I have some of his records, and I wish I had his uniform. Unfortunately, I don't. I have my great grandfather's uniform, but I wish that I had more from him. So I would love to go back and hear some of his stories, especially being older. I think that the older you are, the better you can take in these stories from your elders and stuff like that. So that would definitely be my number one. And as far as someone,
you have anybody else that you can think of?
probably this way back in the day, there was an Austrian painter that was pretty cool. I don't know what's happening.
So, are we not gonna? Comments won't be on the TV, I guess.
I can see if there's anything.
Yeah, producer James will have to. I haven't quite figured out how to.
None yet.
So I guess my first one would be my dad. He's been gone 13 years this year. And I know he smoked cigars when I was a kid. I remember my mom telling me about it. So yeah, he'd be the first. My second would have to be Dale Earnhardt.
Okay.
Senior.
Yeah.
Senior.
All right.
That's a good one.
Yo,
I'd want to
Yeah.
go sit back and just pick his brain.
That'd be a good one. I could see.
Yeah, that would be super. Just to hear the stories.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if he.
excited
I don't
to
know.
say-
I don't know if he was a cigar smoker, but
I don't know.
I could have definitely.
oh, yeah, he smokes.
I could definitely envision him being one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd like
Just
to talk
listening-
about the Wrangler car days and stuff like that.
And just listening
Back
to
when
the
his
stories.
dad used to race.
And,
Man, I'd
and
love to
listen
hear
to the
those.
stories from Junior
His
too.
sponsor was Copenhagen, I believe, right?
At one point, yeah.
Number 3.
Raise hell, praise Dale.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I never really got into NASCAR very much, but I did like Josh Gordon or
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
Josh
was
Gordon,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
Josh Gordon's in the
Cowboy,
NFL.
Cowboy, go ahead and open that door and kick him out real quick.
Hey, NASCAR was never my thing. Hey,
Hey,
Josh-
I got his autograph.
did you really?
Yeah,
Like, bro?
Yeah, when
Where'd you get that at?
I was about 8, I think, and I wrote a letter, and my mom actually went somehow and found out where, like, their headquarters were, and mailed it to them, and like 6-8 weeks later, I got a thing in the mail, and it was a signed picture. I still have it of him holding up his trophies in front of the rainbow car.
That's nothing. I'm going to go back, way back. I got Gilligan's autograph. That's right. I used to work with his aunt.
Skipper!
No, Gilligan. From Gilligan's
Yeah,
Island,
I know,
man.
I know, but like
Bob
like,
Denver. I've got his autograph.
that is insane. And what was your? You said your mom worked with his aunt.
No, I worked
Or
with
you
his.
were-
I worked with his aunt. Yeah, his
What were you
aunt.
doing at the
His
time?
auntie.
Worked at a daycare center. She was the cook.
Yeah, when I
What a
was,
small
kids
world!
at-
What a small world! That's insane.
yeah, when I was kind of first watching NASCAR, I watched it years. Jeff Gordon. Guys I worked with, Dad Boilerbird, Bel Air Boilerbird. Gordon is pussy boy. He didn't like him at all because he was a big Earnhardt fan.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, that back in the mid '90s, yeah, it's real competitive.
Yeah, following Dale, I learned not to like Jeff Gordon
Yeah,
at all. What was it? Tony Stewart at all. Couldn't stand him.
Oh, I
I
love
was a
Smoke.
Tony Stewart fan.
I love Smoke. He's not just NASCAR. He's everything.
Yeah.
He's dirt.
Dirt-
He's
yeah.
dirt track, sprint car, NASCAR, drag racing.
Everything.
If it's got if
it's
it's got wheels, he's racing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Y'all can leave.
no, I mean, shucks, I watch, just as far as race car driving, you watch Indy 500, Daytona every year.
Goddamn
And then,
sugar. Put some W40
You know,
on this bitch.
way rise of NASCAR was 80s and 90s was something to behold. Had Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and all those guys.
Don't do it to the mic.
And then you had two guys like Gordon coming up. So it was like old versus new. But that was. I was always
Trying to get
kind of
that
neutral.
sponsorship.
I don't care how many you drink. I think.
Hey, pour some in my cup.
Should, goddamn.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go. I guess now on to me. So, hands down for me, if I wouldn't have to go back in time very far. For me, it'd only be 5 years. But yeah, definitely 100% would be my dad. Because I got into cigars after he passed away. and he
Try
would
to get in your DNA.
he definitely smoked cigars every once in a while. And the last year of his life, he was into pipes, and I'd go sit out in the garage with him, and when he was smoking his pipes, and basically just spend an hour with him while he was doing that. And now that I'm into cigars, like I could have seen that being a good time for us to just go sit out and smoke cigars and have conversations. That'd be the one that I wish I could go back to. And then I guess if I had to like throw out like a secondary person of like who would I possibly want to like go smoke a cigar with, I think it would be fascinating if you could go back and like smoke a cigar with like some old outlaws, like Bonnie and Clyde, or
I might have to change my second one.
or like Al
Wait,
Capone.
now I'm
Billy the
thinking,
Kid.
Yeah,
Billy the
you
Kid.
I
know.
don't like y'all that much, hold on.
I think just to be a fly on the wall.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be.
Jesse James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about
Dillinger.
like Al Capone, like Mafia. I mean, that would be. I mean, that
Like
would be
Dillinger,
intense.
Pretty Boy Floyd. Yeah, that would be crazy. George
Yeah, because
Strait.
those would be some good.
You know,
The Outlaws.
I saw him in concert. And he's got good music. I like George Strait's music. But to see him in
Watch your
concert,
fucking mouth.
see him in concert.
Watch your fucking
Let me
mouth.
tell you something there,
Watch it.
cowboy.
Step lightly down, goddammit.
To see him in concert, I'd never want to see him again.
Really?
Never.
This
put on-
Dale's last
he-
episode, just to let y'all know.
I created this motherfucker.
He got demoted earlier. I remember.
But no, it was a boring show. It really was.
I
I
mean,
was disappointed.
Honestly, I can see where that would be, because
I mean,
a lot of the videos I see, he
he
just kind of
rarely-
just stands there.
That's exactly
That's
what
all-
he rarely
Singing.
moved.
Do y'all see me move when I be up
But
there
see,
singing?
that's like as much.
Oh, you're
bullshit.
moving all over the place.
Yeah, but
That's alcohol. That's not me,
Making the
okay?
speakers go off and screaming.
but see,
Yeah, that's fine.
that's like Garth Brooks. A lot of people don't like Garth Brooks, but a showman, he's definitely a showman.
Yeah.
You come
Well,
up, man.
Well, it's like
It was just crazy.
well, that's like Gene Simmons. Like talks about the Grateful Dead. They just stand there and sing. Like, well, we put on a show, so it depends on what you want.
Neil
Yeah, it depends on
McCoy.
what- Neil McCoy's.
He
he's fucking
gives
badass.
a great show. He works with the audience so
Even
well.
as old as he is now. I mean, he's not like.
You know, he's from my
elderly,
area
but-
too.
Oh, is he really?
Northeast Texas. Me and my dad seen him at Gilmer Walmart one time. My dad's like, "Son, that's Neil McCoy." I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, he.
But I've watched him. I've been watching him a lot here lately.
I've
and
actually
he
saw
does.
a video. I actually saw a video recently, a couple weeks ago, where a lady had brought her mother to see him because her mother wanted it, and somebody in the crowd was annoying her mother.
So
her
she
mother
left and he
left.
called him?
He called her. He goes, "Grandma, you come on back in here."
Yeah.
He said, "We'll shut these people up. You come on back in here. I want you to see the rest of this show." And she came back. He said, "I'll put you backstage."
Yeah, he's cool as fuck.
That is
I was
cool.
like,
I'd love to
"Damn."
go see him, and especially backstage. That'd be badass. But I liked his music too. He has some damn good music as well. Just
So-
another country boy.
But I think, going back to like Chad was mentioning, like I don't know if I'd really want to go and like sit down with like a celebrity
you never
person.
Really know who they are.
Yeah,
I
and
think-
I wouldn't want it to like taint like how
you
I
think-
view
how you
them.
think
Right,
of
how
them.
Yeah.
you see them. I
could
think
see
of
that.
the biggest thing I've heard is Parker McCollum is "Meet You in the Middle" is probably his most famous song, I'd argue,
He's just
And,
right down the road from us.
and he's he's from here, and
the Woodlands.
I have heard that from people.
Easy with the locations here. We're in a secret bunker.
Yeah, he's
We're-
from
we are
around.
not. We are not in the Woodlands.
We are.
We're in a bunker.
But I have heard from people who went to school with him and his family, stuff like that, that they were rude, and
Oh,
that
really?
he was rude. And I mean, obviously, like I would never pass judgment if I've never met the man. But it just goes without saying is,
The less you
just
know.
the less you know, sometimes the better, and especially in an age where people idolize celebrities so much, I think they're often pretty disappointed. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, and that's the scariest thing.
I think I think the most polite person I've ever met, as far as celebrities go, was Johnny Paycheck. If anybody knows who that is,
I think
I'm aging myself a little bit.
I haven't really met any celebrities, just local ones, and I would say probably the most genuine celebrity I've met is a celebrity to everybody here in Houston, of course, but Mattress Mac.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That man is the same man he is on TV as he is if
That
you
man-
walk into his store and he's standing at
Houston Treasure.
standing right there. He's
was
standing
sent
at the
straight
front
from
desk
heaven,
watching,
that's for damn
greeting
sure.
everybody who comes in, you know. And he will. It doesn't matter who you are. You walk in. If you want to talk, he'll talk to you. It does not bother that man one bit. And the amount of stuff that he's done for the communities here, you know,
Floods,
letting
hurricanes.
people into his place while
Sleeping on
while
brand new-
Lakewood over there.
Yeah.
You got to go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Oh, it's flooded in our big church.
That's because they didn't want anybody finding all those thousands of dollars
In
in
the
the men's
walls.
in the men's room
Yeah,
wall.
we won't mention what church that is. Lakewood.
Snakewood?
Lakewood.
Yeah, we won't get into religion. I got a whole. Yeah, we won't.
So I guess as it's Christmas, and
Yeah, Merry Christmas,
Merry-
you filthy
Merry
animals.
Christmas.
Again.
Merry Christmas.
Again,
so we got Dobie here, and he's had the fine pleasure of serving
serving our country.
this great country for the last you're going on 8 years now.
8 years. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure for the most part.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna
Dude, you're going to
for this part.
Six Flags
For this part, I'm gonna adjust his mic.
10 minutes ago.
Sorry, I'm
You don't have to move.
not used to this.
Uh,
All this equipment.
I was gonna say, what the hell? did I
Hey,
do?
we're semi unprofessional, okay?
Semi-unprofessional.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Me too. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm enlisted. I'm not an
literally-
officer, so
Earlier, I was thinking about it. There was just too much crap going on today. I was gonna pull out my DJI lapel mic and Bluetooth it so that way you had a
I
mic.
thought about that like 3 days ago.
but I
forgot.
completely I completely forgot to do it. But
hardly uses, you know. You can
No,
swing that bad
I'm just
boy around.
uninterrupted. I want
But,
to hear what everyone had to say.
I'm pretty.
Just to throw one thing out there before you get started again, just so everybody knows, he is also family.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
we said, we were all related. He is also family.
Nah,
we're all
he's
very
he's-
close.
He's a fan that drove 6 hours just for this podcast.
I am the #1
We
fan.
hope you're having fun.
Well,
I'm having a great time.
I
got-
Remember when I said
$500.
don't meet
I've
your
already got
celebrities? I'm having a terrible time.
Producer James hasn't made you your badge yet.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
He
mean-
hasn't subscribed and given you money yet.
Oh,
That's true.
also true. I'm giving you viewers though.
Also
But-
true once again.
So go ahead with what you were saying.
So I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure for the most part you've been pretty lucky and been able to been home for just about every holiday throughout your 8 years.
Hmm.
yeah,
except
he's had to rotate like a Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever.
But
Yeah.
when you were deployed, I don't remember. Was it you
No,
weren't
I
you
didn't
were
come
home for you?
I didn't come home when I was deployed.
you were
So
gone almost a year,
I was gone for 10 months.
10 months.
I mean that would be a good thing to like give viewers like me. You know, we see the lovely pictures on football whenever it's Thanksgiving Day, and they pan and show all the soldiers eating
Yeah.
their food and stuff. But what is it really like spending a Christmas or a Thanksgiving in the middle of the desert, away from everybody?
Well, I think it's very different. So most places that they do those videos, because of course
It's all
I see
probably
them all the time.
pre-staged or something.
they're all pre-recorded, pre-staged. They usually will do like a working party for people who want to contribute, and then they'll obviously make some people volunteer some people to go and do that. But that usually will happen on the bigger bases. So like in Kuwait, where they're very established, it's really not a deployment. It's more so like a rotation. The Air Force, like Qatar, there's multiple places in Europe. And when they do Iraq, stuff like that, even when they did Afghanistan, it would be in bigger Jalalabad, Kandahar, these huge airfields, Bagram, where they have a lot of people there, and it's pretty safe, so you can do things like that anytime, and that's more for the public eye to see, like, oh wow, look at all of our soldiers eating. Meanwhile, me and my platoon are, digging up for scraps over here, for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. So it's definitely funny. It's I'll
Also,
never knock them for
all you
it.
guys didn't get to eat that way. It was just the people ended up on camera.
It was the people on the big bases. They get fed pretty well. I mean, and when we would go and we would have this thing called a refit, and so since we were out in the mountains, pretty much eating one hot meal a day, that was, they would fly in on a Chinook, a kicker box full of food, and the first couple months was just MREs and one hot meal a day. The Afghans were bringing in food for us and stuff like that. And we had a cook attached to the Special Forces ODA 7th Group guys that I was with. And so, yeah, we would eat, but it wasn't like the big meals. But when you did go to those airfields, they would overfeed you, and it was always a good time. But no, definitely those people are very well established and doing their thing.
So, did they actually offer like a different menu for y'all when it came time for the holidays, or did y'all just get the same mess
I didn't
hall's
get
food?
to go to an airfield during any of the holidays. I didn't go to any established base. I was
So
on
basically,
an
it was normal
normal
menu.
MRE and whatever we could scrounge up and concoct for a hot meal.
Damn.
That was it. There was no. I didn't get. I remember they flew in a bunch of like frozen pies, and I was super, super excited for pumpkin pie. It's one of my favorite desserts. And I bit into it, and it was just cold.
Such a disappointment.
It was just cold sweet potato pie, and I can't stand sweet potatoes. And that really killed my vibe. Completely just ruined my mood. But you know what? It was the thought that counts. Obviously you're putting someone's life in danger to fly a helicopter out there, drop a box full of food, and then we have to go out and get it, bring it back, and then we just start ripping it apart.
Interesting. Yeah, I always wondered about that. Was that because on TV they make it seem like this is how it is going on everywhere with all the service members right now, and
no way. I don't think that they would have ever shown us on TV. There's a couple documentaries that I've been a part of.
Do tell.
Yeah, I was in a Coffee or Die documentary, Special Forces Afghanistan Part 2. I'm the kid.
I said he was family people, and he's never shared this.
Yeah,
I remember it.
Yeah, and I'm the kid shooting the minigun.
Where the fuck was I? I've never heard about this.
Well, it's kind of one of those things. Like, if I brought it up, I brought it up. If I didn't, then like.
I'm glad I got you on the show now, because after the show, you're gonna give me these damn documentaries.
Yeah, I'll definitely show you.
I remember he told me about one. I looked it up, and I couldn't find his ass. I was like, damn it. I was looking for him.
How many times you watch it?
I don't
Just
remember.
once, that's
It was when he was deployed. I know that.
I'll definitely. Yeah, I'll show you.
And I know he's been. He's been
true.
in some border ones.
I have been in some border ones. Yeah, I got posted on the governor's page, Governor Abbott's page. Yeah, and they were like torching me in the comment section. I thought I looked pretty good, but then they just, how comment sections are. I thought it was funny. It's a good time. I don't take anything too serious, so.
No, you can't nowadays.
No, you can't. I think people take things way too serious now, and that leads to a lot of people being miserable.
It's like I said with our podcast. They're either gonna like us or they're not.
Yeah,
right.
Not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay.
But yeah, so that's interesting. But ever since deployment, you've been pretty constant, either Christmas or Thanksgiving, being able to be.
Well, with active duty, if you're in garrison, not on deployment, so whenever I was in basic training, I pretty much finished everything up except for the last phase, which is gold phase of OSIT, which is one station unit training. So most people will go to basic, like Bowen or Caleb. He would go to let's say he went to basic at Fort Jackson,
Correct.
and then from Fort Jackson they
Then he went to
would
Georgia.
send him to Georgia to
Right.
go to Signal.
Yes.
Whereas I went to Fort Benning and I stayed at Fort Benning the entire time. I had the same drill sergeants, the same senior drills
you did-
from start to finish.
Did you do AIT?
So AIT, so they ended
So you
the
did
9 weeks.
everything. Okay.
Yeah, the 9 weeks you turn green, which means you finish basic training.
Okay.
Most people at that point would leave to go to their individual school training. Whereas for infantrymen, we all go to Benning and we stay at Benning. You don't leave, you don't go
Your
anywhere.
whole
So
training
you were
to that
there
one
go. You don't get a break, you don't get anything. You get your family day, but I didn't get family day.
Yeah, I think I remember. You just got on a bus. After you said bye, Mom, you got on a bus and off you
Yeah,
went, right?
that was when I turned blue, which I got my blue cord for being an infantryman. And I graduated. Yeah, I mean, I waved hi to my mom and I gave her a hug. Like we're walking to the buses, and they're like, "Get on the bus and go to the airport." Luckily, I did run into my mom at the airport, so we did get like an hour or two while waiting for my plane. Got super lucky with that because she was also flying back here. And then I went to
the video. She just looked in the camera. She was like, "I can't find him. I
Yeah.
can't find him anywhere." And we're sitting there going,
We all looked the same.
This
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, and it
We
was
feel for it. This
freezing. It was
sucks so bad.
freezing cold. It was freezing. It was so cold in Georgia that winter. I have just never. I mean, we get on these buses, these white buses, to take us to all the training events, and the lady that was riding the bus was like, "Wow, I can't believe it's snowing in Georgia," and we're like about to go sleep in it, and it's just yeah, me neither. I can't believe it's snowing in Georgia either.
I remember you telling the story about how you were burning your hand sanitizer because it wouldn't put off a flame that they could see.
Yeah, I did that in basic, and I did that in Afghanistan. I used to dig a little hole in the dirt, and when you burn Germex, it emits a light blue flame. But if you dig a hole and you squirt the Germex in the hole and you throw a match in there, you just put your hands over the hole, and it warms up your hands, and nobody sees a flame. So it is that was the best way I could warm up my extremities, because we weren't allowed to wear snivel gear and anything like that, because we were making movements so often and doing training so often. They didn't want us to heat cat. With that being said, it's 20 degrees outside, and I'm trying not to cold cat and lose my limbs. So my extremities, it was freezing. And then on the white buses was the only time we got to listen to music. So that was like the music would come on, and whatever song was playing would get stuck in your head for the next month. And I remember a Red Hot Chili, The Other Side by the Red Hot Chili Peppers was on, and I just could not get that song out of my head for a month. A month I was singing that song until I heard a new one. And then that got stuck in my head. We were hearing new songs. Nobody knew who was making them. It was funny. It was definitely a good time. Looking back at it, it was a good time. At the time, it was miserable. But I didn't believe my drill sergeants when they said that basic was going to be the easiest part of your military experience. Because we're messing you up, we're smoking you, but we're giving you all the food. We're telling you where to be. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to make any of the decisions. We're going to make every decision for you. You just have to do it. That's it. The only decision you make is to get up and just conduct the training. So it was the easiest part of my military career for sure.
What would you say the hardest part of your military career thus far has been?
Oh, that is tough because, mentally and physically, obviously, I'm going to go with Afghanistan. Afghanistan was the hardest on me mentally and physically. Every day was, I didn't know what was going to happen. So it was just very draining, not knowing, what the next hour is going to look like. Everything in Afghanistan is it's reactive. It's not proactive. There were proactive missions, but you never knew what was going to happen on those missions. We would have operations where we had this whole plan, this whole thing, and we'd start the convoy, and the first vehicle in the convoy hits an IED and everybody dies. All right, well, now the mission's over. Done. You're no longer mission capable. Turn around, you know, Kazovac, those guys, get them off the X, get them back to the base, get them worked on. So that was probably the most strenuous, was definitely the 10 months in Afghanistan was the hardest part of my military career, for sure.
I couldn't even imagine.
I think the craziest part of your deployment was because I was working at the pool at the time, and I remember like sun goes down late in the summer. It's like about to turn 8. It's like sun was coming down, and I get a random double text from Chad, and it's all broken, but it's basically saying, "Hey man, don't know if I'm gonna see you again. I just want you to know I had a great childhood with you. I'm glad you've been there for me, and I love you." And I was like, "What the fuck? What is going on?" And it's not like he's like family member, like got in a severe car crash and sent a last text because he feels like that's what's going to happen. He's across the globe with no service. It was lucky for that to even go through. I can't go over there, call him, be like, "What are you talking about?" Didn't hear from him maybe for 2 days. So I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, I actually I sent that text. I sent a text to you. I sent one to my dad. And I sent one to my mom. And that was because we had gotten intel that night that we were going to get attacked by an overwhelming force. And what happens a lot is when you have bad weather, your air assets pretty much go away. And your ISR assets aren't as good as they usually would be with good weather. Right? So the enemy knows that, and you know that. So when a storm would roll in, you're kind of anticipating something. But we had actually gotten actionable intel that we were going to get attacked by an overwhelming force and we wouldn't be able to utilize air assets. That means it's on us. So we stopped everything that we were doing, and everybody started posturing themselves. Obviously you have plans in place for that beforehand, but that's essentially what had happened. And I was like, well, if this is it, this is it. And I if it was as bad as they are saying it's gonna be, then I'm gonna try and send out these messages when I have the opportunity to do so. And so yeah, I did send one. We did end up getting attacked that night, but it's not an overwhelming force. We were able to take care of the issue pretty quick. What they did was they actually crawled up to our base underneath blankets, but we were watching them the whole time under like thermals, and they're kind of crawling through this open field up to the base walls, and we're just kind of watching them under our thermals and just looking for weapons, and the rest is history. As soon as we saw the first weapon, it was pretty much a wrap.
It was over.
Yeah. I'd say it was over in about 5-6 minutes.
Wow.
Damn.
So that was that. That was it.
And how many? Do you know approximately how many you were actually being attacked by?
I think it was probably 5 people.
Oh no shit!
5 really brave
I was waiting
individuals.
for you to say like 100.
No,
110.
5 really brave individuals
Wow.
who thought they were,
That's insane.
covered and concealed.
I just
And
remember.
they're sitting there with their nods going.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
him
you're an
just
idiot.
randomly texting me. He'd be like, "Yeah, some dudes just tried to attack us on a donkey."
Yeah. Yeah, what they would do is they would put bombs in the animals, and then just send them off try to get them to go into the convoy.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience.
I think one of my favorite videos was early on in your deployment when y'all were sitting up in the tower and those kids were running around on the other side of the fence and you just screamed at them.
Yeah, the funny thing about those kids too is that they are just some of them are really friendly, but they walk around with slingshots. Man, they are dead eyes with those slingshots. They kill birds, knock birds out of the sky with those slingshots. I mean, they are real good with them.
Yeah.
When they start slingshotting the towers, and that was on a refit, so that was in Jalalabad. and they would start slingshotting the towers, and I mean, people would get hit in the face with those rocks and knock teeth out. And you had the machine gun, the 240. We had a 240 in every tower, and you could rack it at them, but the kids know you're not going to shoot them, so they're not scared.
Right.
They're not scared of that 240.
It's like saying get off my lawn 100 times. They're gonna be like, fuck your lawn.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not scared of the M4 that you have, right? You could rack your M4, your 249. They know you're not going to shoot them. But I tell you what, we had a shotgun, 12 gauge Mossberg, with non-lethals in it, and we could sure as shit shoot those kids with non-lethals.
And they knew that.
And I tell you,
oh shit, that's the 12 gauge.
yeah. And as soon as you rack that shotgun, they will run, and run, because they have seen their friends get shot with the non-lethals, and it is not a good time. Not a good time at all. So
I've seen a lot of criminals get hit with those, and I don't think they had a good time either.
I don't think they have a good time. From my experience, it was a lot of pain. I remember we had one kid cutting the fence, and my XO at the time, who was an officer, but he was prior enlisted, and he saw the kid cutting the fence, runs up to my tower, grabs the shotgun because I was gonna shoot him, and then the XO was like, "No, I've never gotten to." So he takes the shotgun, and he lines up with this kid, and he shoots, and it's a good distance, but he hit that kid square in the face. I mean, right on the forehead, on the money. And there was like what seemed like 20 seconds of silence, but it was probably more like 3. And that kid was, what? Like, that kid just started screaming and ran off crying, like fell to his knees.
He shouldn't have been cutting the fucking fence.
And my XO was like, I got him, So it was just one of those experiences. Like, it's very surreal.
You won't do that again soon.
No, he won't. He really won't. But I met a lot of good kids over there who would, they were very kind. They were very nice. Always trying to bring a gift or something like that.
But you couldn't always trust that.
No, and you can't. You can't trust it, no matter how much you want to.
No matter how you look at it, war's war.
War's war, and
Same way in Vietnam. I heard.
Yeah. I mean, you never really know. There were kids, you got to think, we had been in that war for, at the time that I went, which was 2018.
We'd already been there.
We had already been there
over
20 years.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy.
I mean,
he's out now, but he was a sergeant. And I know I've heard him talk about him being in, I can't remember if it was Afghanistan, but I want to say he said Iraq.
Mm-hmm. Which was substantially worse. Iraq was way worse.
I think he may have gotten out in 04. Victor, if you're listening, I'm sorry, dude. I'm ruining it. We will have you on so you can correct my incorrectness. But yeah. And there's a certain time of year comes around, like last year, he looked at me and said, if I seem kind of off this week, he's like, just give me a few days.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. I just looked at him and I was like, dude, I can't say I know what you went through, but I'll listen real well.
Yeah.
So.
There's definitely certain things to it. You see a lot of things and you experience a lot of things, and I'm not going to get it too much into it here.
We don't expect. We're not asking
not
you to.
Kind of
yeah, but like it is, and it does. It sucks. It takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on you mentally. And even in my situation where, like, I had a pretty kinetic deployment in Afghanistan, and I was just an 18-year-old kid. I was a PV2, and I had just gotten so lucky to be attached to Special Forces. So I'm this regular kid who just graduated high school like a couple months ago.
From Southeast Texas.
From Southeast Texas, and now all of a sudden I'm on an open turret, 50 cal, and and things are happening, and it's getting crazy around you, or it's one of those things. It's very surreal, and you do see a lot, and a lot happens to you, and a lot happens to your friends, and and the battle doesn't stop there. I think it gets even worse when you come back to the States. I think I lost more people after the fact than I actually lost while we were there. Actually, there was only one person that we lost there compared to I've lost count since we've been back. So it's just one of those things that the battle never stops. And yeah, there are seasonal things like November and December and June and July. Those were very heavy months for me, and especially November and December. That's the worst 2 months by far in my military career. I've lost more friends during those 2 months than I have, and I did a lot of missions in Afghanistan in late October, November, and December. So that was a very kinetic time for the deployment.
And
sure.
speaking of Afghanistan, because it's one of those countries that you don't really see a whole lot of, like on TV and all that. Like I remember, when you first got there and you sent me some pictures. I wasn't expecting there to be mountains and greenery.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everything I'm used to seeing whenever they show anything that has to do with that area of the world, it's always the desert.
Yeah.
And you're sending me a picture and you're up in the mountains. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the border of Pakistan. Yeah, I was on the border of Pakistan. It was gorgeous.
So
beautiful.
Being infantry, how do they train you guys for that area, that type of terrain?
NTC. So there is NTC is a month-long training event, and it's in California, and you have to go there and get qualified as a battalion, and it is literally Afghanistan. It's literally Afghanistan. Have you guys ever seen Tigerland, the Vietnam movie?
I haven't.
If you haven't,
I've seen a lot of Vietnam movies. I used to hate history as a kid, but as I've gotten older, I've watched any and every documentary on Vietnam.
Well, I highly recommend Tigerland, and the reason I bring it up is because Fort Polk, Louisiana, was created to train as if you were in the jungle. And so when they were going to Vietnam, they were sending everybody to Fort Polk, and we still do send. I've done JRTC. It's a Joint Readiness Training Center. And then, so that's for the jungle. NTC is for the desert mountains. So it's in the Mojave Desert in California. I mean, it is miserable. And it's all mountainous. And when you go to these events, you are meant to lose. It's like $1 million laser tag. So you can actually get hit by the enemy. You can shoot rocket launchers. You can shoot everything at the enemy, and it'll just basically be laser tag. So they can mobility kill your vehicle, kill everyone in your vehicle. You can get shot in the arm, the leg, whatever, and it'll go off, and you have to react to it as if it was really happening. So it's a huge training event, and that is exactly what they do before every deployment. And if you're going to the Middle East, you're going to go to NTC. If you're a light infantry unit, you'll go to JRTC, but JRTC is not going to translate to Afghanistan in any way, shape, or form. I mean, Louisiana and Afghanistan could not be farther apart.
I was going to say, it's Louisiana's swampland.
But Louisiana and Vietnam, however,
I could see that.
That's going to be your most similar environment, which I've done both. I did NTC in 2020, and I did JRTC in 2021. And they were both pretty bad, but JRTC was worse because you're wet the entire time. You have the desert.
What did you go to that for?
I went to JRTC because another unit needed basically a dismounted infantry platoon because they didn't have one.
Right.
So we went to be that dismounted infantry.
I think that was the one that you got sent there for training, and then the damn hurricane hit.
The hurricane hit, yeah. Yes, that is the exact one. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So I would definitely say only one of those I got poison oak on my no-no square. So
oh, we love poison oak and poison ivy, huh?
me and you just have a
Well,
me and you have a magnetic attraction for
I was
it.
gonna say, I remember when you two went to the farm and both of you.
Oh
came
yeah,
back
but
with,
before
No, that was horrible.
yeah,
That was actually
like
a 0 out of 10
trip,
experience.
every trip that we'd go to the farm, I always made it a point
and
to
since that last time, neither one of you that I remember have come back with any kind of poison oak.
Well, because now I will wear long sleeves. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I will have every piece of skin covered if I'm not walking in that. If I go step foot in those woods, you guarantee I'm wearing a long sleeve, jeans, boots, And hell, I might wear
Maybe-
gloves.
Maybe even
A
gator or
schmog,
something.
yeah, a gator, a neck gator, something. I might heat cat, but I sure as shit won't get poison
'Cause
ivy
we-
ever again.
Yeah, because every time we'd go, I'd always send him a message when he was in high school. Hey, we're gonna be at the farm. You want us to come pick you up for the weekend? Yeah, come pick me up. And go pick him up. We go run around the woods, and we come Sunday, freaking half our arms covered.
Remember we had to go to the wedding
Yeah.
with the sleeves, the athletic sleeves on. And then I remember my dad years later, he's like, hey man, is this yours? And picks up the athletic sleeve. I was like, burn it. Burn that right now. I'll burn it. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to burn it. You know, obviously, don't burn poison ivy because it's a terrible idea. But yeah, poison ivy is my arch nemesis. And I tell you what, they got plenty of it in Louisiana. More than enough to go around, and more than enough to roll around in like I did.
And they got enough stinky swamp too.
Yeah, they do. It was horrible. It was a miserable experience. We had multiple people heat cat, and but you know, looking back at it, it was funny and it was fun. But during the actual experience of it, it was pretty terrible.
You ever see the swamp people over there?
Well, so
Swamp people. Shoot 'em,
yeah,
shoot 'em, shoot 'em.
yeah. So actually, yes, and they do hire people from Louisiana that are very much like that to play an opposing force. They do have the military's version of an opposing force.
Okay, hold on. With that being said, have you ever seen the movie Southern Comfort?
I absolutely have seen Southern
So
Comfort.
is that what you're talking about?
That is what I'm.
You got
Yes,
the swamp
yes.
people coming
You
after
know,
you and
you know
shit?
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I
Southern
mean,
Comfort was
if-
crazy because it was the National Guard.
Yeah.
But I
if
mean,
you've
who
never-
better-
If
who-
you've never seen Southern Comfort, watch that movie. It's a damn.
Who
good
better
It is.
have play the opposing people than the
Than the
people
swamp
who
people.
have grown
Right.
up there? You know.
No, exactly, and they do, and they're like, they have fake cities that you have to occupy, and in these fake cities, they have the police and they have civilians, and they're all local people to Louisiana, and they are, yes, Southern Comfort. You can't understand. I mean, having a conversation with them, it's like it's
Yeah,
like
French
foreign.
Cajun.
yeah, they
it's
have their own.
totally
They have their
foreign.
own language.
They do. Yeah, I remember the first time I heard it, I was going through the city, and there's a whole maze of pipes below the city that you can walk under, and you can access every single building if you find out where the entry point is. We found it. So we're doing a recon, me and my buddy, and I climbed up all the way through the police station at JRTC, and I heard them talking to each other, and I was like, I have no idea what they're saying. I was like, I did not know it was that thick of an accent. Well, not even an accent, it's a dialect. It's their
Yeah.
own dialect.
It's almost like listening to the Irish or the Scottish
right.
speaking Gaelic. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
there's no
crazy.
chance. I mean, there's almost no chance. You can pick up small words here and there,
Right.
but I mean, it really is. Yeah, I did not know that until I
Yeah, I've
went
heard
there.
a couple of guys. One was with a trucking company I used to work for, and he would talk, and if he said more than 5 words, I was lost
Yeah.
because he would
Yeah.
kick into the stronger accent the more he went, and I'm like thinking, yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
caught this part, but you lost me.
Oh yeah,
after
that's Cowboy over there. By the time he gets about halfway down that bottle,
that. Yep.
Well, I tell you what, he's good. He's starting pretty good over here. He's starting pretty good.
he gets down to like a half or a third, and he's got a whole nother accent going.
That's why I brought the full bottle. Because if I would have brought the other bottle, it would have been going and I would have been
Chasing with
mad.
water or what? Good man, good
I
man.
don't chase, but keeps that heartburn.
Yeah, good man.
I like
Smart.
to stay hydrated.
But yeah, that was definitely interesting. As far as California at NTC, the only city that's around there is Barstow, and it's just you imagine like just a town that shouldn't exist.
It exists.
It exists, and it's that town.
So you've been stateside now how long?
Let's see. I got back in 2019, so since then I have been stateside. I haven't deployed anywhere else. That was my one and only.
You were up in Colorado for another
Yeah, I was stationed
what,
in Colorado
year,
with
a
4th
year,
ID.
a year or two after you got back, and then
Yeah, I finished out my 3.5 year contract. I got back from. I graduated basic. 3 months later, I went to Afghanistan, came back from Afghanistan, finished out my active duty contract, and I was going to re-enlist. They were offering me Italy and airborne, because Italy is the airborne unit, the 173rd. And they were offering me ALC, Advanced Leaders Course, so I could pick up my staff sergeant, because at that time I was already a sergeant. And then the Texas National Guard said, well, we'll give you 20 grand. And I was like,
I'm going home.
I'm going with the 20 grand, and they gave me the whole spiel. 1 week in a month, 2 weeks in the summer. That didn't hold. I mean, I think I got back and I did JRTC, and then I got out of JRTC, and then I did ALC support. Got back from that, and 4 days later, I did the kickoff for Operation Lone Star on the border of Texas.
Yeah, because I remember that you were working at the gun store.
Yeah.
And you'd only been there like
2 months.
Yeah, like 2 months, and you got the call.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, I got to bounce. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily my employers there are all ex-military. Great gun store, by the way. Super advocate for them. I love their manager, Izzy. Great
Which is the other half of this podcast. It's the pew-pew side.
Yeah. So I did my RSO / firearms instructor stuff there, and that was an awesome job. And if it paid more, I would go back, but it was just one of those things that a lot of those guys do for fun, because they're all did their 19, 20 years in the military. They get out and they're like, what do I want to do now?
Yeah.
I just have so much free time, so much fun. So they go and pick up a part-time job, or full-time, because it doesn't feel like full-time working there, because it's just fun. I mean, you're shooting guns all day. It doesn't take away from the experience.
So speaking of OLS,
I was gonna say, going back to they offered you Italy and airborne, right? What you said. So, funny enough, I don't know if I've told you the story, but when my dad was stationed in the Philippines, when I was, 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, right around there, 4.5, I think is when we came back. I was about 4.5. But while he was there, they had a SEAL team stationed at Clark Air Force Base with him, and of course he hung out with all the guys. They all the drinking and everything that the sailors did, and they finally one day came to him and said, "Hey, you want to go on a jump with us? We can get you up in the helicopter and go for a jump." And he's like, "You know what? Sure, yeah, I'll go jump with y'all." And so the day came, and they all loaded up in the helicopter, and that helicopter took off, and they get to their jump zone, and they go to start jumping, and they look over at him and say, "All right, you ready?" And he looks around, and he goes, "Nah, this helicopter's landing. I ain't got no reason to jump."
Yeah. That's a fair way to look at it.
Now, since you're going to tell that story, you need to tell a story about his swimming ability when he decided to join the Navy.
Yeah. So, basically what had happened was he was into some sketchy business, you could say. Basically, some local drug dealers wanted him dead.
Okay.
Because he wasn't doing his job, and he was more enjoying the product instead of moving it and not paying. And so it was basically like they were threatening my mom's life, my life, his life, that kind of thing. And so
this part.
him and my mom were sitting on the couch one night, and an Air Force ad came on the TV. And my mom jokingly looked at him and said, "There you go. You should just go join the Air Force. They don't do anything. You can go work on planes." And he didn't say anything, whatever. And they go to bed. She goes to work the next day, and he goes to work. I think he was working at the Texaco or whatever as a mechanic at the time. And my mom gets home, and he comes walking in. He says, "I did it." And she said, "You did what?" And he says, "I joined the Navy." And she said, "But you can't swim." And she said,
"That's beautiful."
He goes,
"You can't swim though."
"Yeah, but it's the Navy. I get to go on boats. They don't swim." And she said, "No, I told you."
He's got a point.
I told you to join the Air Force, not the Navy. And so Yeah, he joins the Navy, doesn't know how to swim. So he gets out to boot camp in California. And of course, first thing they're going to do in boot camp is teach you how to swim, right? Well, you know how they taught him how to swim?
Right through his ass. In the
Yeah,
water.
they threw him
Yep.
in the middle.
They threw him into
Say,
the
"Good
pool
luck."
and they said, you either sink or you swim.
Damn,
And
maybe.
that was how it was. Of course, now they don't. They've
Yeah.
changed the laws. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Now they have like special
That's
teachers
abusive.
and
But I think you'd be very surprised. We do the combat water survival training, CWST, and you'd be surprised at how many people they have no idea. I mean, some of those guys are adults with families and kids, and they're over here in like the scared to go in the deep end, and it is honestly shocking. It's very shocking. And I told my soldiers, I told them, I was like, you're just putting everybody else at jeopardy if you don't know how to swim. And especially working on the border of Texas and Mexico, what separates that?
A river.
A river that you work on and people have died on. Many people have died on. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to let you put myself and my soldiers in jeopardy because you don't know how to swim. And you're not taking the initiative to know how to swim. Plain and simple. I mean, plain and simple. That's it.
It's a really easy thing to learn.
And it is a super easy thing to learn. And the worst part is you can do it in your free time.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to rent out or reserve a swimming pool for you.
Yeah.
I
I
understand.
almost drowned at 13, so I know exactly what you're saying. I
Yeah.
got pushed off an inner tube in the deep end of the pool. Of course, I was saved by the same person that pushed me off.
Mm.
But after that, I was like, yeah, this will never
happen again. Yeah.
And so I stayed in the knee-high end, taught myself how to swim until I could swim. That'll never happen again.
I kind of figured out real quick because I was in that childhood era that like every time you jumped into the deep end, the first thing you saw was a damn shark in the pool. So it was always as soon as I hit the bottom, I'm getting up to the top as fast as I can.
I can get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that irrational meme that you see, like every kid from like the 90s, first thing you see when you jump in the water is a shark.
Yeah, I had an irrational fear of sharks growing up just because of Jaws. I think that movie did damage to me mentally.
It did,
for a
it
very
did
long
damage
time.
to
An entire
generations.
generations of people. Yeah, absolutely.
Which
And
is
then for no
crazy.
reason, piranhas.
Which is
Super scared of piranhas.
Which
Yeah.
is
For no
crazy.
reason.
Which is crazy because Caleb, your cousin, my son, loved that movie from the time he was freaking knee-high. I mean, his Christmas shirt has Jaws on it.
Yeah, I thought that was an awesome
And I'm
Christmas
sitting
shirt.
there
I told him that I really liked that.
Yeah, and to think that it traumatized a large group of people,
Mm.
but you got this 4-year-old that loved that movie,
Well-
especially in the opening scene.
See,
Well, correct me if I'm
You're-
wrong, though. It took him a while to learn how to swim, though. I remember avidly when I was in high school,
I can't
early
remember
high
now.
school, but y'all had him in swimming.
he was
I
on
don't,
this.
I don't remember.
Lifeguard, I think.
Yeah, he did the
Well, he-
lifeguard.
Well, he
Yeah,
did the
he
lifeguard thing,
worked
but
as a
before that, the pool that was down the road from you guys.
I think he was on the swim team at one point.
Chloe was.
Was it Chloe?
don't
I know
remember.
James was. I thought Caleb did it.
I
don't
thought
remember.
Caleb was in a swim class, like he was learning how to swim, like y'all got him.
I
somebody to
don't
teach him how to
remember.
swim.
I mean, I just know this kid was the kid we put on a bicycle with training wheels
Mhm.
and 2 laps around the street there, and he was like, "Take these training wheels off. They're slowing
Yeah.
me down." Take them off, and he's like, he was gone. I was like, okay, that was a waste of time.
Yeah, might as well just started without the training wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
See, for me, about the only time I really get like that irrational, but I wouldn't even say it's irrational thoughts is when I go in the ocean, especially Galveston, because you can't,
You can't see.
You
can't
can't
see
see-
anything.
you
Yep.
can't
anything.
see like more than like 2 or 3 inches in front of you.
Was it you guys?
And then you
sharing
go to
that?
Florida and you go underwater, and when you go
You see
underwater,
everything.
you see how many fish are around you.
Yeah.
All those fish are around you there,
Well, the bad part is,
and the fish, and you can't see them.
the real bad part is when you're in Florida and you're up on a pier and you see how many fucking sharks are around you.
Yeah, I've never been to Florida, but Yeah, I've definitely heard.
It's a nice
Galveston.
place to visit.
Yeah,
I lived
Galveston
there for almost
though.
10 years. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the beach every day. I'm gonna do this. You get a fucking job, you ain't got time to go to the beach.
Yeah, yeah. My dad took me to Galveston during the oil spill back in 2010.
The
BP.
the BP.
Yeah.
I still
And so
have.
nobody was there, and he was like, "This is perfect. Nobody's
yeah, I was gonna say,
here."
that's the best time.
And he was like, "Let's go!" And yeah, I stepped on a jellyfish that died and washed up on the shore, and that was horrible. And then my dad got food poisoning. Horrible trip, yeah, terrible trip. But we went during the oil spill because nobody was there,
Damn.
so it was a good time. But yeah, definitely my most irrational childhood fear was sharks for no reason at all, no reason. But it was because of Jaws. What about you, Kevin? Most irrational fear.
Spinning the mic over there in case.
Most irrational childhood fear.
Copper wire.
Electrocute yourself, copper wire.
Nothing really.
You were scared of nothing?
That's because cowboy ain't afraid of shit.
Maybe big dogs. That's fine.
I was attacked by one of them in middle school.
I got chased by fucking the fuck are them big dogs?
There's a lot of them. You got
German
Saint
Shepherd.
Bernard.
No, I'm talking about the big
Great
goofy
Dane.
Great Dane. I was chased
You
down
were
the road
attacked by Marmaduke?
I was chased down the road by one of them, screaming, "Help me, help me." No one gave a fuck. Then about a week later, that same dog came up to my brothers and mom, wagging his tail, fucking licking them and everything. So maybe it was a nice dog. Maybe it was nice the whole
I
time.
That
used to-
motherfucker was side-eyeing you. I remember you.
I didn't have I never really had like a thing for Great Danes per se, but down the street from Grammy's, I think it was John at the time.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
had
he had two of
he had
them.
he had a Great Dane, and when
Yeah.
I was in middle school,
One or two.
he would always walk that dog like early in the morning. And I remember it was one of those freaking cold mornings, it's middle of winter, going to get out on the bus, and this dog takes a big old shit right at my bus stop where I stand every morning, and freaking Great Dane turds like the size of a cow patty. I'm like, no, I don't care for Great Danes anymore. That's too big a dog shit.
I know a guy one time, he had one laying, covered half the living room floor. He's laying there. Dude goes, watch this. He goes, whatever the dog's name was, he's like, mother-in-law's at the door. That dog jumped up, hit the door. He was like, you like that? Watch this. Wife's home. I was like, damn, dude. Attack everybody in your damn family. Had a guy in high school, had a Great Dane. He walks me up to his gate, his fence. He was like, stand real close to it with your back up against the fence. I was like, all right, what are we doing? This is stupid. And he just goes, Karak. Dude, that fucking dog hit that fence. I turned around, and he's standing there going, Rrr. It was a Great Dane. I was like, that motherfucker's standing 6 foot tall. Scared the shit out of me.
All right, football guy. The Chiefs are leading the Broncos by 1 at halftime. If they lose to the Chiefs, doesn't that put us ahead of them if we win this week?
Of the Broncos?
Yeah, because we've beat the Chiefs and the Jags.
But it doesn't matter. The Broncos
They
are
got
in
a
a
better
different.
record right now.
They have a way better record. I think they've only lost 3 games this year, and they also are in a completely different conference.
Yeah.
They're in the same division, but a completely different conference.
About the only thing they have to lose is their season.
Who the Texans need to lose is the Chargers. The Chargers
Well, we're going
need.
to play them on Saturday, so...
Yeah, that's it. That's going to determine who makes the playoffs, whether it be the Texans or the Chargers. So, but it would be really hilarious if the Chiefs, with their third-string quarterback, beat the Broncos with the arguably best defense in the NFL right now. That'd be crazy. Which is what I told y'all would happen earlier.
Well, it's 7-6. They haven't even made a touchdown or anything.
It's
all
what?
Field goals. 7 to... I'm not saying it backwards, buddy. 7-6.
8-9.
Bunch of
Yeah,
dumbasses.
they had some big dogs in Afghanistan, and
I remember you saying that you may have eaten a dog at one time.
I did eat a dog. I did eat dog on accident. I would like to preference that with it was an accident. I did not know, but there was a lot of wild. In
So how-
Afghanistan, dogs are predators. They travel in packs, and I've watched them attack people and us and animals all the same. It does not matter to them. They're
Rocky,
hungry.
What you doing?
Please don't.
So how did you end up eating dog?
So, a buddy of mine and I were sitting, watching these Afghans. We call it guardian angel, and you sit there with them, and you have your weapon. You make sure they're not doing anything crazy, but you have to sit with them the whole time. Well, we sat with them, and they ended up making food, and we didn't see them make it. They just got brought food from one of the other locals, and they offered us some to us. They were eating it, and then they offered some to us. And my buddy was like, I'm gonna take it. So there was like a meat patty, and then of course they had their bread and their rice, their flatbread and their rice. And I love the bread. The bread is so good.
Is it like a pita bread? Or?
Yeah, it's like a flat bread, and it
Oh,
is just,
naan.
it is fantastic. And then their rice was usually pretty good too. And it was almost like a little sweet. Their rice was untouchable. I've never had anything like it.
Does they make it with their feet?
I think that's. I hope
Is that
not.
myth?
I think that's India, but
Oh, yeah,
um,
wrong video.
yeah. But anyways, I bite into the meat patty, and I was like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I look over at my buddy Bruce, and I'm like, hey man, you want like
You
take a
want my
bite
meat?
of this? Yeah. He's like, you know how when you try something really bad, you want your friends to try it too, so that way everyone's
just to make
miserable
sure.
together. Yeah.
Just to make sure you're
And
tasting
he takes a bite and he's like, oh no, I like this, and he starts eating it. I mean, he starts going down on it, and I was like, yeah, it's all yours, man. Keep it.
I
And
got
the
rice and
Afghan,
the bread.
yeah, the Afghans were still sitting outside next to us because their job wasn't done, and I was like, hey man, like, what is this? And he's like, and I like show him the meat patty. I was like, what is this? And he's like, woof, bark, bark. And he points out to where the dogs usually are, and I was
No
like,
fucking way.
I was like, oh, I just ate dog. I just ate dog. Oh man, that's such a bummer. You know,
And
I
you're
love
going over there
dogs.
just chowing.
And
What
then
is
when
his reaction?
he kept it, he's like, I don't even care. He just keeps eating it. 'Cause that guy's a lunatic. But he kept eating it, and he ate the whole thing even after the fact. But you know,
Your friend
It's
didn't.
not-
Your friend didn't end up up north eating those cats, right?
yeah, I hope not. I hope not. I have no idea where that guy's at nowadays, but he's probably doing something crazy. That's all I know. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. I ate a lot of interesting things while I was over there, and but that was by far the most interesting.
So my next question's gonna jump back to the OLS.
Mm.
What year, if you remember, what year did you end up getting? I guess you'd call it deployed on OLS.
Yeah, we got activated for it. Mm.
So what year did you end up?
It was in November of 2021.
November 2021.
Yeah, and so I've done a steady. I've never gotten off. I've done.
And for people that don't know, what exactly is it? You don't have to tell them where you're at.
Yeah, OLS
Where
is
you've been.
is pretty mainstream. It's definitely made the national news a couple times.
Just a couple.
Yeah, just a couple, to say the least. And basically,
Those aren't your boys getting off the trucks in Chicago, right?
I you know, can neither confirm nor deny. But Operation Lone Star just was border security, and the Biden administration wasn't providing any, and so Governor Abbott took it upon himself, with the assistance of other states, to activate almost the entire Texas National Guard. At the very beginning, it was almost 10,000 soldiers, and placed all across the Texas-Mexico border. And so in the last 4 years of my time, I have worked in legitimately, and this is no exaggeration, every city from El Paso to South Padre. Every single city. I'm talking the small ones with 300, Sullivan City, Los Ebanos. I have worked in every Rio Grande city, all the small ones that you could possibly think of. I have worked there.
How have you liked it in those 4 years?
It was I tell you what, it is an absolute blessing. If you had told me when I was active, if one day I'd end up working on the border of Texas, um, I would have said you're crazy. Like, there's no way they're gonna put me there. And then we all ended up going, and it's been an absolute blessing. You know, just the amount of culture shock to it as well, living, because it's different. You know, the culture in El Paso is going to be different from the culture in McAllen.
Yeah.
The culture in Eagle Pass and Del Rio is going to be different than Brownsville. You know, and then Laredo, they're just kind of weird. So you know, you have all these places with different cultures, especially like the Hispanic culture. Obviously, is very lively. So me being the white, pale, redhead.
You're the whitest of the white.
Yeah, like as white as Caucasian can get. It isn't like a needle in a haystack over there, and you know, very uncommon. I used to go out here and I was invisible. Go out in Austin, you're invisible. No one really notices you, but you go out there and you are noticed. You will be noticed.
You are the minority.
You are the minority. But they know. Like, oh, white guy, especially me, white guy, tattoos,
The hair.
low fade, you know, memorial bracelet. Yeah, okay, that guy's obviously doing something law enforcement related here. We all look the same. If you haven't been able to tell, Caleb and I, whenever we were in, we look very similar. And it was so funny because when I got Caleb onto the mission and I pulled all my strings to get him under my squad, which was like the hardest thing to do.
Is that something you want to talk about? Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it's no problem. I mean, he's, you know, obviously, I'm not even there anymore. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I just
getting
want to make
him.
sure it didn't cause any friction. I know
No,
he's not there, so
No, pulling all the strings that I did to get my cousin, who I felt needed a fresh start in his life, needed to leave home.
he needed a start.
He needed a start, and I think that, and I advocate this to everyone, and including my soldiers, is you have to at some point move away from home. You have to leave home at some point.
Right.
You may still be in the state, but you have got to go somewhere else and do something on your own. And if you need my help, I built a lot of connections there, and I'd done a lot of things for, you know, a lot of good things, competitions, stuff like that, and made a name for myself. So I had these strings to pull and these favors to ask, and I used them all up on him, and it was so worth it. And getting him pulled into my squad, it was so funny because we had to pretend that we didn't know each other that well.
How did that go?
It was really hard. It was really difficult because I remember the first day we worked together, Caleb and I are sitting at a gas station and we're talking to each other, and one of my soldiers rolls down the window from the truck and he like puts his head out the window and looks back at us and he's like, "Why do y'all look so similar?"
It's the nose, man.
And we were like, "I don't know what you're talking about," you know. And he's like, "Nah, y'all look really alike. Are y'all related?" You know, it was like, I was like, "Hey, mind your business," you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
you and Caleb both from like the nose up got like raised
yeah,
the dentist gene.
yeah. And
We
so,
talk about that all the time.
I just tell people all white people look alike.
yeah, it was just funny, you know, like hiding it. And then obviously, whenever we had talked, because I talk a lot with him, so whenever we would talk, and we're talking about family stuff, and we're talking about drama, and we're talking about this, we're talking about that, and people were like, "Do you, like, how do y'all know so much about each other? Like, how do y'all know so many?" And I was like, "Oh, he's a family friend. Like, we go way back. I, you know, kind of grew up with them, so that much they knew that we were kind of in each other's lives growing up." But nobody knew we were related because I was directly in charge of him, and that would have caused an issue of, you know, it would have caused a friction point of favoritism, maybe fraternization.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, conflict of interest. I was an NCO, he is a specialist. And so it was one of those, yeah, it was one of those things that was really difficult. And you know, obviously I wanted to work more with Caleb, but I couldn't.
Right.
Because it was like, oh man, I could easily have the power to swap him out with somebody and put him in my truck. But it was like, I can't. You know, he's gonna have to do the time like everybody else. And when he messes up, I'm treating him like everybody else. You know, if you're not wearing your PC outside, and I'm telling,
Didn't you call him down one time?
I did, yeah,
Okay.
because
I remember him telling
you
me
know,
about
I'm
that.
Yeah,
like,
right.
hey, put your fucking PC on, like you're not above anybody else
Yeah,
here.
I
you
remember
know?
he was like, Yeah, I got smoked by Chad.
Yeah,
I'm
you know,
what
like
the hell did you do?
sometimes that's just how it is. And group punishments, if the whole squad's messed up, you're in with them. You know, and I hold everybody to the same standard. So it was definitely interesting. And I think about it a lot because like my relationship with James. And it's so funny, my relationship with James, my relationship with Caleb. And it's like it just has always made me laugh because James and I had kind of grown up together and we're like super super close through our like mutual experiences as kids. And so we have
Caleb's
this like
a lot younger than you guys.
Caleb and I
Not a
weren't
lot,
really
but
close
several
when we
years.
were kids. We became close through our adulthood.
Yeah, your teenage and adult years.
Right. So it was just like two like total
And that's like the family aspect. That's how it was for me. Like, I didn't really become close with all y'all until y'all came
So they
into
got older.
your later teenage years.
Yeah.
right.
Because I was so much older than everybody in the family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know like
And
James
I'm not close to anybody because I'm fucking old.
fair enough. Well,
I
I know
just
like
married into the chaos.
I know James is like I mean it's crazy because you know Chloe and I were so close.
Right.
I mean like inseparable. And James was the like little cousin that was just following us around. We were like, dude, go away. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
you know?
because if when you weren't there, then I was Chloe's go-to. So when you were there, I was like a bag of fucking rocks. She said, "Get out of here!"
I'm done playing with you. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
like-
Toy Story
the Toy
meme?
Story meme. Yeah,
I'm taking my ball.
Yeah, like
and going home.
I never, because there was such a big age difference between me and James, we never really had that sibling,
yeah,
the same sibling interactions that normal brothers and sisters have
right.
when they're 3, 4 years, 5 years
Like
apart.
my brother and I.
Yeah,
just
you know.
beating each other all the
Yeah,
time.
like we didn't
Yeah,
have that. So
literally
like
all the
we're
time.
much closer now that he's become an adult because we're more on the same level now, you know.
Yeah, my brother and I are closer, way closer. You know, we don't fight or anything like that. Me and my brother are pretty close now. Obviously he's got his own set of issues, and we're polar opposite people. But you know, we are closer now. I think that happens. I think it's just the way the world works as you get older. But I think with Chloe being like my best friend cousin, pretty much, you know, like the go-to, we were inseparable. But then James and I, like, I don't know what
Yeah, you
it
guys
was.
are like the Bonnie and Clyde of cousins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was. I think it
'Cause-
just started off with Xbox. And honestly, I really do believe it started off with Xbox.
It was
The whole gaming
because
thing.
if I recall correctly, you came down for Christmas in 2011. Like you come down every Christmas, and then we had already been playing a little Xbox beforehand. And then when you went home, when we really started playing online,
Yeah, I introduced you to all my friends.
because it was right
Yeah.
after Modern Warfare 3 came out. And we all played, like, we'd even go back and play World at War.
Zombies.
We played
Yeah,
a
we
lot of
play a
games. So
lot.
by the time, like, summer of 2012 came around, that's when we got really close. Like, you know, Minecraft came out in May of 2012. Black Ops came out after summer, but between that Christmas and summer, I think we bonded through one, your friends, and two, just because Chloe didn't have an Xbox with Xbox Live on it, and you know the only interaction me and you had was basically just playing online. So it was like, oh shit, I'll see you in the summer.
Yeah.
And then you bring your, like, whenever you weren't at your dad's, then you'd bring your Xbox to my house, and then we'd set up a little TV under the big one,
Yeah.
and we would play with your friends then.
Yeah, we also had like the whole like clan of like competitive gaming and stuff like that, and we were making merchandise for it, and that was a good time. That was a really good time. Yeah, James and I definitely shared. Well, it's just so unique. I think that the point is I was getting to is I have unique experiences with literally every single cousin. I have my own story with James. I have my own story with you. I have my own story with Caleb and Chloe. And I think that that's something that is so cool to me, because a lot of families, a lot of generations nowadays, I don't think that they're seeing that. I can't speak for everybody, but you
Yeah, I
know,
think we had a pretty good bonding experience putting the roof on the farm.
putting the roof and then me and you, it was always, you know, kind of the one thing that maybe James didn't really like as much was going to the farm. But I was like, put me there, I want to be there. Put me to work.
Yeah, that's why
we
I
were
said, like,
always working, always doing something on
every
the farm.
time we go, I'd send you a message. Hey, we're going to the farm this weekend. You want me to come pick you up at your mom's? And most of the time it was like, yeah, come pick me up.
Yep.
So we can go walk around the woods and get poison ivy.
Yeah, over and over and over again. It was awesome. So it's really cool to look and I knew I had that with you guys, but then getting that with Caleb. And Caleb's experience on OLS, and I really, really did love having Caleb underneath me.
I tell you what, though, we could have definitely used some of that military experience that night. We went out there and there was no freaking moon, and it was like 11 o'clock, and we went to the back of the property and we got lost.
Yeah, that was crazy. You think somewhere.
Oh yeah,
until somebody turns all the lights off.
Yeah, like
everything looks different.
Yeah, everything looks different.
I mean, for the most part, I know that property like the back of my hand.
Right.
But the second you turn the light switch off, and you have no visual landmarks, and everything looks the same because it's being lit up with a flashlight.
Yeah, and we took one wrong turn, and that was it for us. I mean, it took one left instead of a right. And it threw the whole equilibrium off for that entire night.
After about 45 minutes, we genuinely thought we were going to be spending the night back there.
Yeah, I was panicked, straight up.
we were like, okay, so how are we going to do this? How are we going to sleep out
Everybody's light, your light was dying, my light was dying.
It was like me and Kyle out there one night, and he squatted down. I see him looking like this. He's just looking over trees and everything. I was like, dude, what the hell are you looking for? He's like, looking for the lights at the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're over there. He was like, oh, okay, that's where we need to go.
That was bad because that was just the woods right next to the house.
Yes, right
we were only like 50 yards away from the house and got lost.
Kyle and I were in the back of the property.
Yeah, we were on the other side of the creek.
Yeah, we were in the back of the property wandering
around.
The
one place on that property that I would not want to be spending the night.
Yeah.
would be back there.
Back there, yeah. Yeah, definitely had a lot of
that's where all the shenanigans go on at night.
Yeah, that's where I'm good, and I don't think that I will be going back there at night anytime soon.
The only time I will go back there is if it's a full moon, and I'm not alone.
Yeah,
I will not go past the creek. I'll go through the creek.
He's tried to get me to walk the back.
I'll go through the creek, but I'm not walking past that creek if I'm alone.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the creek.
And as long as if it's a full moon, I've walked back there alone before once or twice. But a full moon out in the middle of nowhere out there, it's almost daylight,
Fuck that. I mean,
I'm good.
The time I sat there, you guys, I don't remember who all was there. I think it was Michelle and everybody. They all went to the back, and I want to say me and Caleb were sitting up by that little stream area there. I was throwing leaves over my back, going, yeah, they can't see me now. We get back. This is when we first put the game cams up and stuff. Right around the area I was laying in.
Oh, yeah.
A fucking bobcat had walked through. After I was there, I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I am not going back there anymore. Laying down going, they can't see me. Because I know this motherfucker was looking at me from somewhere.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, we've definitely had some pretty sketchy experiences on that property. Pretty sketchy. Yeah, and even nothing scares me like the Native American stuff, so that's something that I won't I'm not even gonna go interact. I'm not even gonna get close enough to interact. I am okay.
What's up?
How long we been on?
Hour 40.
Hour 40. Hey Cowboy, what time you gotta get up in the morning? 6:30. You ready to go home? You're getting there. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call this one.
So we want to end it like we normally?
Let's go ahead and end it the way we normally do. First of all, though, I want to say thank you to C. Dobie for joining us, letting us know about your military experience and everything.
And hopefully,
like I said, we've heard a lot of these stories, but a lot we haven't.
Mm.
And it was awesome for you to share with us.
Yeah, and I definitely next time if I'm able to make it back, then I have a really big philosophy on leadership. And so maybe next time we
Yeah,
can.
we can definitely.
Well,
dig into
hopefully-
more of that.
Hopefully things will change here, and you'll be able to get that job,
I'm hoping.
and you'll be home.
I
and
got an
then-
email the other day. There's only 71 people left, and the closeout for applications is Friday, and only 26 people had gone through with their application. So we've cut 331, gone through the whole process, and a lot of people have failed. And so there aren't many people left.
Yeah, so
So-
hopefully you land that, so that way you'll be back home,
Yeah,
At
I
your
can
house
make
right down
make
the
some more of
road, and
these,
then-
yeah,
and then maybe you can become somewhat of a usual stop in.
yeah,
for-
of course, I'd love to. I appreciate you guys having me on. I've had a really good time. I feel bad. Sorry for. I feel like I cut you out here. I even took your spot on the couch.
Look, man, you drove 6 hours. You're our biggest fan.
Nobody replaces this man.
That's right.
He's a dime a dozen.
Nobody puts Cowboy in the corner.
Yeah, nobody puts him in a corner.
Cowboys over there going.
He is in the corner now, though.
Don't look at the TV. Don't. Look.
Cowboys over here going, man, this was a cool podcast.
Yeah.
Like the first four episodes. Now I'm just sitting over here.
Fuckers just kicked me to the side like I'm trash.
No, I really do appreciate it.
I think
I think all
this
the viewers are in the other house.
Yeah.
this will
Not
probably
just
be
that, I know some of the guys that I've turned on to the podcast. I know I texted one, or actually both of them, and they're doing Christmas stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was about
So-
to say it's.
I wasn't
Christmas, you know.
expecting to
Yeah.
be a real interactive show for the comments this week, but it'll be more views.
Yeah,
Like
this is. I mean, it's the holidays. You know, this is more like a.
I said,
bonus episode than,
I mean, just look at us. I tentatively had us going on at 5:45, and
yeah, and
Yeah.
Christmas over there,
we
just
didn't get on till what 6:57.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Kyle kept looking at me going, "What time we start?" And I was like, "You need to push this out because the family's not ready to end this."
Yeah, so
yeah, it definitely took a little bit longer, but I got a feeling we'll be back Saturday night.
yeah, I'm down if you want.
Cowboy, you be here? Okay.
We can do-
Producer.
I get off
As
late,
long as
but
it don't interfere with the Texans game.
Oh my
we
God.
know this motherfucker ain't gonna be here.
Am I gonna?
Look,
Am I
you
gonna
talking
have
about this Saturday or next Saturday?
this Saturday?
This Saturday?
You still gonna be in
I'll be
town?
in town.
Come
You're
on
more.
back.
You can come back.
Come on back, man.
We can talk about leadership.
It's a very passionate subject of mine. Very. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me here. I had a really good time.
Awesome.
Really did.
And so on that note, what did everybody think about the sticks that they chose for the show?
The one I had, as you can see, was it last weekend? I smoked the one down, or the show before.
Yeah.
Down this far.
Yeah,
This was a pretty good smoke. I tend to taste a lot of pepper in my cigars. I've not went to the skill level that Cowboy's at and that Kyle's at, where they can pull the mocha, the cafe latte, and all that stuff
Yeah,
out of
the
it.
marshmallow, toast.
marshmallow toast stuff.
I'm with you. I just taste the pepperness of
You
it.
know, I
Yeah.
can taste a lot of pepper,
Yeah.
but it was a good smoke. It stayed lit. Only went out once. But yeah, other than that, Toby, what do you think about the one you was
I had a great one. I mean, I really liked it. I try not to smoke these ones too
Was-
much. But
Was that when you got that case? Was it a full 5?
It was a full 5.
So you're down to now 2.
But I've had it over a year, so down to 2.
You've been milking those.
Yeah. Well, I love them. They're really good, and I mean, it's perfect. It doesn't leave a bad aftertaste. Some of these I've had, they will leave a really bad aftertaste. They'll almost stick to your
Oh yeah,
Stick to your
Cowboy
tonsils,
knows
so-
all about that with that
Yeah,
9-inch
and-
asylum.
yeah, and that is
That one stayed with him for 2 days. 3
yeah,
days.
that one is, and there's no amount of brushing your teeth that gets rid of it. Or,
It took
Yeah.
it took a golden chick lunch to get rid of that one.
yeah, I believe it. But yeah, no, mine was definitely good.
I know he enjoyed his.
Cowboy.
Yeah, Asylum Auntie, whatever you want to call it, is by far the number one on my list right now. I enjoy that
You're
cigar so
definitely
much.
recommending that one, so that's one I need to
Yeah.
buy then.
And then while I was there the other day, there was another one by smell, Midnight Oil, by the same people, Asylum. It smelled amazing. So if I can get my hands on one that's not as, I guess, like Kyle was saying, the bigger ones, sometimes they can have more flavor. So I might stop tomorrow while I'm at work and grab one of them if they're open. You know, my job
They should be open
wants
tomorrow.
to
Yeah,
be
they should be
fucking
open.
open.
I think everything just about opens back.
Yeah,
up
they just
tomorrow.
closed for today.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that midnight oil and see what it tastes like. But
Where you getting it at? Specs?
specs, yeah.
How about
I'm
you?
sure you can get it
How
anywhere.
did, how did yours go down?
It's pretty good. It got really harsh at the end and it burnt quick. But other than that, it was good.
Yeah, I was just.
I just don't pick up on the flavors like Cowboy and you.
It comes with. I think
You gotta sit there and try to.
and it comes. I
Yeah.
think it
I
develops with the
was,
more you smoke.
Yeah.
The more the different. Once you start, especially I've noticed once you start branching out, like I can go back to 6 that I smoked early on, and now that I've ventured into a whole bunch of other realms, going back they taste completely different now. Just because
Okay.
my palate has changed because I've introduced so many other.
It's just like the knuckle sandwich. I've still got probably 10 of those. Haven't smoked them all. Haven't actually.
That was actually
smoked-
talked. That one was actually talked about quite a bit on the live show this week.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Which one? Because they have the line like the ones I've got, but then they have like 3 or 4 other cigars.
I'd have to go back and look and see what one they were talking about, but it was a knuckle. It was one of the knuckle
One of the knuckle
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
But and then I was telling him last night when we got back from doing Christmas Eve at the mother-in-law's, I got a notification that I won my auction
Oh, really?
on cigar bids. So I got 8 last calls
Okay.
for $3 a piece. So $24 for
I'm
8
gonna-
last
I'm gonna have to
calls.
start watching this damn website.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
I
trying
get-
to take it all in at this point.
I got $24. Got 8 of those little last calls that were a great little smoke. I mean, they're not the short ones, so they're a good cigar to smoke in like a 40 minute range. But
I have to
it-
bring
it's
the
a-
cigarellos
it's-
too.
it's a good-
I forgot those.
it's that was for a cheap cigar. That, like I said, when I smoked that one, it was good, and he even said it was good. So,
Yeah.
and going from paying $7 to $3 for piece, I mean,
Yeah, more than half the fucking price.
yeah. So hopefully that'll ship. I'll probably have it in about a week, but
And we did have the My Father Blues last night, cigar
Yeah.
of the year.
I bought me and him one for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we got to smoke that last night, and
I see how y'all doing.
and
Yeah.
Dale wasn't there.
They're doing
Fucking
things without you,
catch
dude.
me working and shit and have
Hey
a party.
man,
Have a fucking cigar party.
No, it was just on
you
the
didn't
back
want to come
porch.
to the mother-in-laws, they would tell you. I mean, or you did. I don't know. We could have shared. I don't mind giving you a puff or two.
But I got the shorter, smaller one, so it was a.
Now, to me, cigar of the year for me is gonna be my Asylum Auntie.
Oh, we gonna pull out cigar of the year already?
That's my cigar of the year.
Well, maybe we can go over that
I was gonna
Saturday.
say, yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be a good one
Let's
for
do that
Saturday.
Okay.
But I know you're about to get a whole new realm of tastes with what I
Yeah.
loaded
Oh,
with
yeah.
with what I loaded you up with, and
Jackie's got me
and
some,
Jackie got you,
a
and
few
then,
I got
different
you
one.
that Kentucky one.
and the
I
rum
think.
infused
The
one.
rum infused one. Did I give you one of the Kentuckys or one of the other one?
I got like 20 of them in here now.
yeah,
Oh,
he's-
you
you
got me
remember the-
this. No, this one right here. It
Okay.
is fuck,
One-
Perdomo,
oh, Perdomos, yeah.
Perdomo
Yeah.
Habano.
I'm looking forward to that
Maduro.
one.
Now, I haven't smoked,
Perdomos.
I haven't smoked one of those yet, so I'm not sure how that one tastes.
It smells pretty fucking good.
But the Kentucky Fire Cured that I smoked last
It's
week,
got
that
a
was
sweet
pretty
smell
good.
to
I
it.
know,
So
I know one of y'all got those from Grammy, I think.
Yeah,
I think
so
we all
I,
got one
I
of
had
these.
the
Or
one
a
that
couple of you.
And
I
then
had
this
the
one.
one that came from
This is the rum
the
infused
Christmas
one.
party at Caleb's.
Isn't that
Okay.
the one you smoked?
I smoked that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I smoked that
What is
one Tuesday.
What'd you think?
The
It
Garaka.
was exactly
Yeah.
like I told
I have
told
another one of
Cowboy
those. I got
where
two
I
of
was
those
sitting when
today.
you were lighting it up and you were saying the campfire and all that. I
Right.
couldn't
I got
really
the
smell it
chilling
because
moose.
just the way the air moves around in here.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't know
about
everything
that,
kind of
But as soon as I lit that thing up, I was
I
like,
know.
"Damn, he ain't lying. It's like a campfire."
It was. It was like
Oh,
smelling
yeah.
the wood in a damn campfire that you.
I mean, it wasn't a bad
I
smoke.
guess
No.
we found
It
out.
was it was
It was a good smoke. I mean, 'cause like I said, that's the one I nubbed
And-
last weekend.
And oddly enough, I hadn't heard too much about the what do they call that? The
Fire Cured.
fire cured. And then they talked about it on the live show.
He had that.
Really?
yeah.
After I smoke one, they talk about it. That's
He had
funny.
that the other night too.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I was just telling
Wednesday?
you Tuesday.
That's what he
Was
was
it
telling me. Y'all
Tuesday?
weren't paying attention. You were having your own little powwow over there.
Well,
But it's all right.
young folk business. You
Yeah,
wouldn't know
I
about
wouldn't know anything
it.
about it.
You wouldn't know about it.
Catch me outside. How about that?
How about it? Catch me outside, ho. How about that?
But yeah,
He'll
so-
catch you 6 or 7 o'clock. Next
Okay, you sorry
7
motherfucker.
o'clock.
But yeah, so on that one,
And
I
I
guess-
tried that one. It wasn't bad. It was definitely a campfire.
cutting us off and everything.
we can do that too.
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
we
talk
can,
about that
we can do all
Saturday.
that on Saturday.
But
This
we're-
was more of an impromptu. I didn't even get to my headline.
Yeah.
I was gonna leave y'all with. I'll leave y'all with this parting headline that I saw this week.
Okay.
Florida story.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know any.
Another Florida story.
I don't have anything else on the story.
Every time he does this, it's fucking Florida.
Naked man
Just the headline.
tackling
All right.
alligator.
No,
We're
the
gonna-
last
we're-
one was
we're-
the.
You got half of it right.
We're
You
gonna-
got half of it right. Naked man.
Okay, we're gonna get the headline and stuff, and if it's worth talking about, we'll talk about it Saturday.
The last one was the fucking lady in the damn Dollar General
Yeah.
freezer
Ready?
Yeah.
at Florida.
Yeah.
Florida news. Naked man causes chaos inside Florida Hobby Lobby.
A
Yep.
Hobby Lobby out
Yeah.
of all places.
Yeah,
Are
for
you
real.
kidding me?
Yeah, we're gonna end on that note. We'll pick that back up Saturday.
I hope
I'm
y'all had
down.
a Merry Christmas.
This is Kyle, from Chad, from Cowboy, from producer James.
Yeet.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
And if you're available Saturday,
Show up Saturday.
we'll see you Saturday.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,